Hi everyone, we'll just wait for everyone to come in on a busy Wednesday night. Hello, that's the first one in. Would you like to, what are you reading? Hello everyone, Muhammad's coming in. He's first person, aren't you? Always. Thank you very much. And hello, beautiful Muhammad. And we'll just wait for the other people to come in. Everyone sort of comes in quite fast as we go along. Just have a look, see what's going on. Call all the spirits in. Get some good energy happening here tonight. Oh, it's Christmas time, so wow, everything gets so crazy. I mean, just down the road from where I live, there was a massive car accident. You should have seen the traffic. And all I could say was, wow, I'm so glad that I'm walking. It was terrible, terrible. It's just the Christmas energy. Energy's a crazy time. Do you all agree, everyone? Christmas is crazy. Everyone goes nuts. Yep. So therefore, I don't think I want to go out anywhere. I think I'll become a hermit over Christmas and the holidays. I'm a bit over people. Just too crazy. I might take a trip down the south coast, though. I feel I'll do a few of those. Okay. So, Kyra, have you picked out your card yet?
Yep.
You have? What card are you?
I'm not telling.
Oh, you're not telling. It's a big secret. Okay, so we're going to be picking 1, 2, 3, or 4. Hello, Sharon. How are you? Hi, Morgana. How are you? Also, we've got Anne. Lovely to see you, Anne. Just wait for all the others. Everyone always forgets, and so they say, oh, you know, we watch the replay. Well, I suppose that's better than not watching the show, because there's always lots of information here on this live show. So, have you heard all the crickets, everyone? The Christmas energy of all the crickets? They're going crazy out the back. The big cicadas, the crickets, all the birds. All right, so Muhammad's just lost a neighbour. Someone's moving on. You may have someone else there come around. Lots of changes. A lot of people pass over at Christmas time too, I have to say, around the Christmas Christ consciousness energy. No, it's also frenetic, but it's also lots of people pass. So it can be quite sad, and that's, you know, pets as well. You know, especially people or pets that have been sick. A lot of people pass. Look, I might just start. So welcome to the show, everyone. My name's Kerry Irwin. I think I've been going for quite a while, a couple of years now. This show was devised for the community. It's giving information, and also we're talking about, and also I give free readings to people out there. And I just want to let you know I'm now doing a show on Radio 2SM once a week with Cheryl and Darcy. So that's on a Friday night. I've got it advertised on the Facebook if anybody wants to look at the replays, if you're not around. And I'm talking about lots of subjects. So that's Radio 2SM. So if you're interested in that. Hello, how are you, Sylvia? It's lovely to see you. Look, I'm going to go now, okay? So 1, 2, 3, or 4. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Pick a card. You've all got your cards. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, the first card I'm getting is the Fool. This is a major arcana card in the tarot cards. This is about stepping out into the unknown. This is about taking chances, not second guessing anything, or, you know, you're wanting new beginnings. You're a person that you've been thinking about, you know, wanting to change. I kind of feel like this in a way, and that's the card I picked because I don't even have the same fashion sense anymore. Like I used to buy a lot of Camilla, and I walk in there now and go, no, not interested. It's sort of doesn't sort of serve me, and I can't find anything I like. And I'm thinking, boy, what am I going to be wearing? Leather jeans, black tops. Maybe I'll go back to that. Who knows? But the Fool is all about new beginnings. This could be with work, it could be with friendships, or you may even be embarking on a really soulful relationship, a love relationship, something really sweet, or it just could be just a new way you're thinking. It could be a way, you know, a new way of thinking, like, oh, I'm sick of being negative. I think I'll start to be positive. So that's all about new beginnings. See that? It's great, isn't it? Yeah. you a better look. Okay, that's number one. Okay, number two. Oh, it's the Ace of Pentacles. This is about new money coming in. This is for people that have been worrying about money. And oh, look, I was going for a walk this morning on my way to training, because I train on a Wednesday. I go to the gym and I do weights with a trainer. And I bumped into this woman, and all she talked about was money, 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 needs money, this money, that money. I'm thinking, gee, a lot of people do talk about money and how much money they haven't got. So the secret is, if you sort of use affirmations, I have abundance in money, I always am well cared of, and I'm very grateful for all the money I have in my life. You actually will twist it. You will stop complaining about not having money, and you will have money. See that? So this is about bringing, drawing in money, creating money. And also it's about, it's got a double meaning. This is all not only are you plentiful with money, this is just saying that you've got a new opportunity of work coming, a new opportunity to make money, or a new way of thinking to make money. Because money, what's money? Money's just energy, isn't it? So if you're one of these people who go, oh, I've never got any money, you're a poor me, I've got no money. See how it's upside down? So if you've got, this is what it's saying. If you've got this number two, it's saying, I now draw in abundance of money. I always have money. I'm always grateful to have money. And on the other side, it's all about some sort of business opportunity, some sort of way of making money, and it's a welcome change. So yeah, there's no excuse to not be abundance once you start to understand the mentality of how the mind works and how it can draw these beautiful opportunities into your life. So don't get in the habit of saying, I'm poor, I'm stupid, poor me, blah, 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 because that way you'll sabotage the energy. Okay, the next thing is the Ace of Swords. That's cutting off things that no longer serve us. And this is all about a year 9. So this is the powerful year to do it. It's not a good time to start a new job. It's not a good time to start relationships. And I've said this so many times. So it really sort of, I think after I give this talk about cutting off, relationships, it's not a good time. It's amazing how people ask, oh, am I going to meet someone? Because no, you're never going to meet anyone good in a year 9. And I've said this for years as a professional reader. So if there's anything in your life that no longer serves you, it's about cutting it off, getting rid of it. This is the time to do it. This can be friendships. This can be old habits, old addictions, a negative way of thinking. No, I'm not going to think negative again. I don't want to wake up, he did this, she did that, he's a bitch, she's a bastard, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. Bing, bing, bing. Just get rid of the negative energy. So this is cutting off things that no longer serve us. And because next year is a big, powerful year. It's the year of the fire horse. And I'll be putting out a newsletter soon. And on my website, you'll be able to read all about the horse and the predictions for next year. Okay, now we have number 4. That's all about the wheel of change. That's like fortunes are changing. So if you've been having a really hard time, nothing has been happening, the energy's been really slow, it's like, oh my God, I think I'm going to die, it can't get any worse, I feel tired all the time. This card is saying this is a new welcoming. Things are about to change in a really big way. You won't be tired, you won't be depressed, you won't feel that stagnant energy around anymore. You're breaking through the abscess. So this is about big changes in your life, bringing lots of abundance and lots of good times. So that's number 4. I love this card and I always welcome it. And it's a major arcana card. So this is like God's will, Spirit's will, so to speak. So this is just, this is where you are in the world, karmically. Okay, so I think we'll call the beautiful Chiron now. It's a bit warm tonight, isn't it? It gets hotter and hotter in this space.
No, it's just,
I should have put the air conditioning in.
No, it's probably the energy.
Yeah, it's the energy.
It's the
energy. It's sort of getting hotter and hotter, isn't it?
Well, I'm very comfortable, but I know for you when Kerry always does readings, there's like a lineup of spirits. That
they all line up, and it's like a heater. Yeah. It's like a heater. So if my hair starts to go limp, and my face goes red like a tomato, it's because like a nail polish. You'll know it's the energy. That's all it is.
It is. And
yes. And if you ever see me when I'm doing readings, I just want to explain, if I turn my head to the left, as if I'm looking at something, I'm actually listening to the guide, because my guide stands on my left-hand side. So I turn this way, I'm listening to the guide, I'm giving the information. And if I'm looking this way, I'm talking to Kaya, I'm listening to what she has to say. And if I'm just looking ahead, I'm looking at the What are they talking about? I can see it. Okay. Welcome, Kaya.
Thank you.
What are we talking about tonight?
Oh, well, you're
you're
very summery. You're very summery,
yes,
aren't you? Look
yes.
at you. She looks like the sun. No wonder you're feeling the heat.
I think I'm a bit hot in the sun. I should have worn cool blue.
Doesn't she
or
always
mysterious
look beautiful?
indigo, purple.
No, you look perfect. So it's December, and we're still running with the theme.
And it's a sunburnt country.
The solar plexus chakra, Uluru.
That's true.
Solar plexus yellow is the sunburnt country PowerPoint here in Australia. But yeah, look, it's a supermoon again. It's the third supermoon on Friday night.
How many supermoons do we get in one month?
We've had 3 in a row, so this is
really?
the third one. So it's quite climactic for the end of the year. So we're still running with the theme of De-Clutter, De-LeTe, cut the ties, feng shui your house, get rid of the old
oh my God, no wonder everyone's exhausted.
Yeah, we've got to clear the energy. Another shed
tiring.
the snake skin, the final snake skin.
The bloody snake, eh?
And Yasmin Peterson said the Mercury retrograde has finished. That's true. So communication and technology should all run a bit smoother.
Good.
I actually broke my phone of all things.
Yeah, there you go. That's symbolic for the time.
But Mercury is actually the ruler of the star sign Gemini. So the full moon will be in the sign of Gemini this Friday. So it's illuminating stuff around communication. It's a very social sign, Gemini, socializing and all things mercurial and connected to Mercury and communication. It's a planet of communications. So I usually run workshops around the supermoon, but I'm actually going out and dancing with Sarah. Sarah's joined us tonight, I saw. So Sarah and I will be grounding our energy and manifesting abundance on the Friday night.
Good to have good girlfriends.
That's right.
Perfect
having a bit
timing.
of a full moon dance for summer. It's going to be really hot here in summer. A nice summer night for
dancing. Is it 38 soon? Tomorrow and the next day?
Yeah, the next day, Friday night. But I got the abundance card, thank you very much.
Oh, did you?
The second one, yeah. So
the money card?
The money card. So
wow.
That's what
new work coming
grounding
too.
And we were just actually chatting about
we were talking about your work,
went on. So yes, look, Sarah's got the 2 dance emojis and the full moon. So you'll be maybe dancing with Anya.
Well, it's a good time to celebrate, isn't it? I've got some friends coming over. It's a good time to celebrate, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So, yep, still with the theme of decluttering, but also you wanted to, with the full moon, it's not tonight, it's on Friday here in Sydney, Australia, you wanted to shed a light on companion souls.
Yes, I wanted to talk about companion souls. And guess what comes under companion souls? All our fur babies.
Pets. Beautiful.
Pets.
Yes, pets.
Our birds.
Fur babies.
Our mice, our snake, our cats, our dogs, our horses, all our loved ones. They're all called companion souls. And they all come in to join us in this lifetime to give us unconditional love. Because that's what they're here for. It's Spirit's gift of these beautiful animals to give us all unconditional love and to celebrate our life. And so you don't feel lonely. You know, often in life you feel very lonely. Always say get a cat. But, you know, like people might like dogs and, you know, you see. And it's also having a dog for the dog people. It's a social thing, isn't it? It's very social.
Yeah, it is very social, but it's, you know, it's great for people that are lonely or people that don't have children, maybe wanted children. You know, it's good. Pets you nurture, but they also nurture you, don't they? And cats are very psychic. You've always had cats, and cats are very psychic and in tune with your feelings, and they've got a sixth sense, and they can often sense negative energy and expel negative energy, whereas dogs are very loyal and
different. I mean, cats are a bit fickle, but they like to do their own thing. I like them because they're independent. But you might have rabbits, or you might have birds, or you might have a turtle, or a parrot. I personally don't like birds in cages, but anyway. But the reason I want to talk about companion souls is because as a medium, often when I do spirit shows or readings, I often will bring somebody's pet through. In an audience, amazing how they all line up, and I will stay there until the person collects them. Years ago, I was up in Avalon, I was doing a show, and there was this big Labrador, like a big lassie dog? Not a Labrador, lassie dog. What are they called? Lassie dogs?
German Shepherds?
No, it's a lassie. Lassie, you know, Lassie come
Lassie
home.
I forget, but
A
we
co-
all know what she's talking about.
yeah, it's
the
a lassie
honey-coloured dogs.
If anyone knows what
If anybody
they're
knows,
called,
remind
let us know.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not a dog person, but it was a big lassie dog. I could see it was like lassie, you know. And I said, "Excuse me, can anyone take this dog's like a border collie? I think they're called."
No, they're the black and white ones.
Okay. Oh well, these are sort of a lighter colour, like a lassie dog. And nobody took it. Nobody took it. And then, I was so frustrated. So what I did I kept asking no. So I still carried on. You know, all the people were in spirit were coming through. And at the end of the night, I said, "Look, I've still got this dog here. Can anyone please take?" And its name's Luco. Luco.
Did you hear the birds outside?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, the dog's called Luco. Can anyone take Luco? And suddenly this woman goes, "Oh my God, that's my neighbour's dog. It used to come over and I used to feed it all the time. When it was a girl, and when the owner wasn't home, I know that dog." And I said, "Well, obviously the dog's here for you." And often companion dogs can be links. Animals can be links. As soon as I started talking about the dog disappeared, and then the woman I was talking to, her father came through. So often they can be links for spirit people to come through.
So everybody's coming through. Look, yeah, this is Lassie. It is a collie dog.
It's a collie dog.
You're right. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
But border collie.
But this
the
was,
black and
I could
white one.
see that, you know, and this dog, like a lassie dog, would not go away. It was just sitting there on the side. I'm there, "Oh, please, just buzz off," you know, but it wouldn't. So I kept moving, couldn't stand there all night saying, "Yes, someone," and in the end, "Oh, yes, I know the dog." And I thought, "Oh, bloody hell, really? At the end of the night? You're exhausting, lady." And then the lassie brought her father through.
No.
So that was nice, and I was working on the radio show this week, and it was pre-recorded, so it'll be on in the next couple of weeks. And I was talking about I was working down the south coast. You know, when I used to do all those shows down at Wingdang, a couple of years ago, and this big, beautiful black racing horse came through. I could see it in the audience, and I said, "Can anyone take a racing horse? I've got a beautiful, like a black beauty, just standing right in front of me next to you." And I said to the man where the horse was standing, I said, "Excuse me, have you got anything to do with horses? I've got a black racing horse. Do you know anything about?" Because it had the saddle on, it, you know, it looked like a racing horse. It wasn't like a wild horse. And I said, "Can you see that?" And he goes, "Oh my God." He said, "I'm a jockey." And he said, "That used to be my horse, Blackie." And I said, "You're joking?" He goes, "No." And I said, well, he's here." And he goes, really? He started crying. And I could see he was a jockey because he was only really little. He was sitting in the audience at the front. And I said, "Well, actually, Blackie's got a message for you. He's saying congratulations." And he goes, "Oh, congratulations." And he goes, "Oh, congratulations." And I said, "Yeah, congratulations. Apparently your wife's 3 months pregnant and you're going to have a boy." Anyway, he sort of went, oh, he had a bit of a shocked look on his face, and I thought, what's going on? And then next to him, there was this really angry people. Apparently it was his parents, because no one knew that the woman was pregnant, was going to have a baby and a boy, for that matter, because it was supposed to be secret. And anyway, so I just carried on. Anyway, at the end of the night, they came up and they blasted me. "How dare you tell everyone about..." I said, "Hey, listen, I'm just the messenger. I'm just telling you what the horse told me." And I said, "Don't you think it's wonderful the horse came through?" But no, they weren't impressed, the parents, the grandparents, because, you know, they had to be told first, and they were angry that the horse knew. How ridiculous is that? I just laughed. I laughed all the way home. And then often I do like past life regression. I had this client fly up from Melbourne. This is when I had an office back in the day. And he said, "Look, you know, I really need to get in contact with my dog Charlie. He was my best friend. We had a very strong connection, and I'm engaged now, but I can't seem to move on, and my girlfriend's really upset about it. So I need to come up and make a connection and find out if we've actually lived in past lives together." Well, actually he came, I brought his dog through, and then we went back to past lives where he had a connection with the dog, and it was multiple ones. He was a soldier, and actually the dog was a mate of his in the army back in a past life. And it was so incredible, you know, and exhausting, because he was sort of but he was sort of going through the whole thing. And when he came through, he was just speechless. He didn't know what to say. It was quite a credible experience. And that just goes to show me that, you know, our beautiful fur babies, our beautiful pets are always there to give love, just like loved ones in the spirit world.
Yeah.
So, you know, and especially at Christmas, I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Christmas time, it's, you know, often we think of our loved ones that are around us who aren't here. And you know, and of course we think about our pets because our pets are also our loved ones, aren't they? So if you're thinking about a pet and a loved one and, you know, you're feeling sad, light a candle. Light a candle and preferably a white one, and get a picture of not when the animal was really sick, maybe when it was younger, a happy moment, or a picture of a loved one as well. Not because I'll tell you now, animals included, spirit people don't like pictures of when they were really sick and they look like a vegetable or something. They prefer you to remember them when they were young and they were vital and they could dance and do the jig and everything. So if you are missing a pet or a loved one at this time, in the time of Christmas, because it's a bit sentimental, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it can really highlight loneliness and sadness
Yeah, and you think
and
about
grief, especially if you have lost a fur baby or a pet.
or a loved one. You know, if you're missing your mum or your dad, or especially because you especially feel them. This is the time you start to dream about your loved ones. In this energy, it's very strong because it opens up a natural bridge to the spirit world. So be aware of your dreams. Also be aware of signposts. You know, from spirit messengers coming from number plates or songs. You know, songs, music you might hear. That used to be my father's favourite song, or my mother's, or street signs, or feathers, or coins, or butterflies, or orbs, birds, anything that person had a connection with. Like, oh my God, I keep seeing this white butterfly, it keeps flying around all the time, every morning, or this bird, it keeps tweeting. I get this feeling that it just reminds me of my uncle, you know, because he loved pigeons. And there's this pigeon that suddenly came out, and now we've never had pigeons in this area, and now we've got this pigeon that's sitting on the fence. Or you could be laying in bed thinking about a loved one, and suddenly you might feel this beautiful energy coming upon you, like a gold energy. It's sort of a very warm feeling, and you might hear a voice say, I hope you're doing well. Or you might feel a touch on your shoulder, or something sentimental, because that's Spirit's way of saying they're with you. So it's incredible. Have you had any signs or anything of anyone that's passed?
Yeah, I did actually. I had a girlfriend that died of breast cancer almost a year ago. Actually, it's really sad. She had a daughter the same age.
I remember you talking about that. Yeah.
And I went to her funeral. Her husband spoke very eloquently, but I wanted to reach out and just pay my respects. Anyway, almost a year later, I was actually thinking of her, and I saw the daughter at a park, and then saw that she was with the father. So it was like an opportunity to meet the father.
Well, I think it's the girlfriend usually sets that sort of thing up.
I felt that too.
Oh, Spirit set that up. Yeah.
I was able to connect with him, and he shed a light on a few things, and I was able to share with him too, and just pay my respects, and that felt like closure, because we had a little bit of a falling out but reconnected, and we're meant to catch up, but she died. So anyway, long story short, I felt she orchestrated that, because I always thought he was the bad guy. I always thought he was the bad guy. No,
she wanted you to see how the love she felt for him.
That's right, and I got to see it. I got to see it and really pay my respect, and I have a lot of empathy and compassion for him, and it's opened up a door there. So
for those people that are missing pets, like sometimes you might feel like, oh my God, I just felt my dog on my bed. He always used to sleep at the end, and I sort of felt the imprints on my bed. I think I may have been imagining it. No, you weren't. Actually, you just received a visitation from your dear fur baby in spirit who's come to visit you. And often they will do that. And I feel a lot of people sort of experience that. Or sometimes, with people that have passed as well, you might hear your name called. Have you ever had that? That's quite amazing.
Yeah, and I did at one of your shows. Kerry has been doing the live shows for a very long time, and you did a show at the Tap Gallery. It was probably about 15 years ago now, and I used to live with a friend that had a border collie, Shani.
Yeah.
And this dog was beautiful. It was a black and white border collie. She passed, and she'd just passed recently, and her owner walked into the show, but before I even walked in, honestly felt her running around my legs.
The dog,
feel her.
yeah. It's not your
younger
imagination,
and,
it's
no.
actually your fur baby coming through.
And I was like, oh, I can feel Shani here. And then I saw her, the owner, walk in. So I've had moments like that, but you just know, you just have to trust the vibes.
Yes.
Just trust the vibes. It's not your imagination. Just trust it. And like a muscle, the more you trust the vibes, the stronger the vibes and your intuition gets.
And another thing I wanted to quickly say, you know, like Christmas brings up a lot of emotions. So you may have had a friend that, you know, or an old boyfriend or girlfriend in the past and you didn't have time to say goodbye. And sometimes you wonder, oh my God, I wonder if they're still angry with me, if they've still got hard feelings and I should have, could have, would have. But I'm going to tell you now, once they die and they cross over, that's it. That's the end of the contract. They're not interested in getting back at you. They're not interested in having any negativity because when they cross, they go over to the spirit world and they get their healing. They get their healing. So they're not thinking about negative things about you. So as soon as they possibly, you need to let any stuff go. Just surrender it because they're not interested in having any negative energy with you. They just probably didn't have the time to sort of work it out. Because a lot of people say that as well as, oh, is my father still angry? No, the contract's over. Your father's coming through with a lot of love. And he's certainly not talking about the time that you stole his money out of the cupboard because he's not interested in that. You know, because they do have their healing when they go to the other side. Because people say, oh my God, you know, I'm so worried they're going to come back and get me. No, they're not. Once the anger or the relationship's over, they go off and they do their own thing. It's a new cycle. So that's another thing to remember too. And another thing I want to say is, look, if people are giving you a hard time, because this is the crazy season, it's all starting to happen, isn't it? The madness. You know, you're losing your temper, you could be angry at your partner, you've just got to sort of take a breath and let it go. And if they're angry to you, if they're saying nasty things, you just say, stop, I don't give you permission to talk to me like that. Don't argue because it'll exacerbate, so just let it go and learn to be more in control of the drama. Because, you know, this is the flip side of the year, isn't it, really? So we just wanted to say that. So, okay.
And so Maria Elizabeth has mentioned something that's quite important because it still is a very powerful time for clearing. And you talk a lot about sage and smoking the home out. And that's what you do in spirit rescues when you ghost bust and clear homes. However,
if they can,
Maria,
but some people they can't do it because of the alarms.
That's right, and that's what Maria Elizabeth said.
Yes.
She said, I can't use sage as I have back-to-back base smoke alarms.
Yes.
Which is actually a good thing.
Yep.
What can I use to clear negative energy and bring in fresh new energy for abundance and positivity?
Look, I think lavender oil is really good, or frankincense. Just give it a really good spray, and you know, fresh air. Nothing like fresh air, because a lot of people can't use alarm systems. I've got to be honest. Yeah, but if you've got like a really negative spirit, then you're going to have to get a spirit rescue medium. But people who can't smoke at the house, I would just give it a spray. Use frankincense, lavender, something like that. Fresh air, let the fresh air in. There's nothing worse than stale air and bad smells.
That's right.
In a place.
So when Kerry says sprays, in a spray bottle you can get purified water and add a few drops of essential oils, the lavender oil, the frankincense oil.
Also,
you can make your own.
Also, the Australian bushflower essences, they have a spray called space clearing.
That's right, space clearing. But if you Google or look online, there are a lot of house clearing sprays. There's also, I actually use them in the sessions that I run because I can't, you know, smoke the places out either. I use a Palo Santo and peppermint oil spray.
That's
you
good.
can buy Palo Santo is
it's tiny. It's like a tiny cigarette. It looks like a little cigarette, really.
It's wood. It's holy wood from the South American rainforest, and it's also good for allergies and colds as well.
Yeah.
And it has the same effect, but it's not as intense as sage. And it comes in an oil, and you can use Palo Santo oil with a bit of peppermint or lavender. You can make up your own, or you can buy them. Palo Santo is like an incense. It's not as intense.
Another really good thing too is just, when my house feels, if I'm stuck, I get rid of all the clutter. I get rid of all the clutter and I give everything a dust, and I actually use Mr. Sheen.
Clean.
And I clean. I even clean the walls, you know, because energy can I've walked into houses and you can see faces in the walls where there's been negative energy, like, these horrible, horrible sort of faces in the walls. So I just give it a scrub and I'll be spraying the oil on it or smoking it, you know, because they do sort of negative energy has a way of going into the pores of a wall. You know, you can feel it, taste it, smell it. You know, it's awful. It's an awful feeling. You'll know.
And you can buy those diffusers. I use the diffuser that changes colour. It's got LED lights and a diffuser. I burn like a peppermint oil or a eucalyptus oil for my little one at night with a bit of lavender to help her sleep.
Yes.
That's good for the home and the room. However, let's shed a light on the red light theory.
Yes, no red light. Don't, if you've got a red light, you know, especially those rocks, those crystals, it's the worst thing you can do, because I ran seances for years, and you know how I used to bring the spirits in? I always had a red light. It was completely black, the room.
So the orange crystal Himalayan salt.
Yes, not a good thing to have in a bedroom anyway. So what, and if you're really sensitive, I wouldn't be having one of those lamps in the house, sorry, but seriously.
Or at least not on colour red.
Or not of a night time, because the red light, it actually brings the spirits in for physical mediumship, to bring the physicality in. And a blue light, that actually relaxes everything. That's what we use in trance meditation.
So a blue light is a better idea to put on.
Yeah, maybe a blue, but of a night time, just turn it off. If you've got a rock lamp, turn it off, don't leave it on, because that will bring spirit activity. Okay, I think we need to move on.
We do, we've got lots of questions here. So Sylvia Helen, hi Sylvia. Kerry, can you tell me if my daughter will stay with the partner she is with, and is he good for her?
Look, I just feel that, I don't know if they've got money problems. I feel there could be money problems around them, is the first thing I'm getting. I feel they may be going through a bit of a hard time. And I feel that your daughter's a bit stressed at the moment. For long term, I feel that they may even have to get some sort of help, or professional help, like counselling or something like that, because I feel they're a bit at loggerheads. I feel a lot of their stuff could be financial, is what I'm getting. So maybe talk to her about that, you know, like, sometimes these men or women that you get with, it's like they're 50-cent people. They want you to pay half of everything. And sometimes that can be really hard, especially when they have a bigger income, especially when they expect the person with the lower income to pay half of everything. That's really unfair. So it's about communication. It's about sitting down, discussing things, and being logical, because it is a partnership, isn't it? I just feel at the moment I wouldn't get involved. I'd sort of just stand back and let it run its course, because your daughter's not going to listen to you. I feel that at the moment I'm getting, it's like a 50-50 thing. Okay.
And Carrie has picked the celebrity card. Judy Garland. Think big is Judy's message.
I would not get involved with that, but I would just be there to listen. I wouldn't sort of give my opinion, and I would, if they're having problems, I would suggest maybe going to counselling and talking about it. But you know, I think that once your daughter's made up her mind, she'll just, if she doesn't want him, she'll cut him straight off. Don't you worry. I wouldn't worry about her. She knows exactly what she's doing.
Okay, so the next question is for Linda Mayer. I'm having difficulty with my bosses with my injuries at work. I feel as though they are not acting in my best interest. Can you please see anything on this, as I am very worried and I do not understand what is happening?
They've got no empathy. They've got no empathy. It's kind of like they don't believe you. It's like you're a pain, and they're quite callous. So I think you need to use gold tack and diplomacy, because it's like they don't give a shit, so to speak. Sorry for the French, but really, straight to the point, Kerry. Yeah, I don't get a good feeling about this. They're not sort of caring people. They don't give a shit, and they're not going to do anything, and they make you feel bad. They're not honouring what the problem is. So if it was me, I'd be looking around for something else, because I think these people actually are assholes. I've got to say, they're nasty, they're the wrong people, and really they can get into a lot of trouble for what they're doing. So, you know, I wouldn't be taking any crap. I'd be looking around if I was you, because it's almost like they are treating you like an invalid. They don't care. It's like, we're sick of your whinging, blah, blah, blah. The most awful people that you work with, some of them anyway. I feel there's about 3 of them. Okay.
And the card is David Bowie, the celebrity card. Take time to play and explore.
I think you need to look at your different options, and you know, because you're a really good worker, but at the moment you just don't have any confidence, because you're working with a bunch of creepos. It's like in a way it's a bit like the man's club, isn't it? They're thinking, oh yeah, she gets away with it. It's quite mean-spirited when I tune into it. It feels awful. So I'd be looking about, and you're not going to get anywhere, because they're all the same. They're all a mean bunch of people. I don't feel anyone's going to be, what's the word? There's no empathy. So have a look around for something else. That's what I'd be doing, or do some study and improve it. Like just nasty people. That's what happens. Like it's even worse for people that are in wheelchairs. They make out they're invalids, but usually they're the smartest. And cerebral palsy. Those people with cerebral palsy. They're some of them are the most intelligent people in the world.
So could she go externally and report this?
I don't think it's going to
awful treatment?
work. I think it's just that what I get when there's a rotten staff, it's a rotten captain in charge.
That's right.
I'm hearing the core of the apple. So if you've got rotten staff, you've got a rotten person in charge that is the leader. That's always the situation, isn't it? So rotten staff, rotten boss is what I'm getting. It's a boss. They're a total idiot. They don't care. They're not supporting you. It's like, it's not fair, blah, blah, blah. It's awful, the mentality. So I'd be looking around. Because, people are going to hire you for your smart mind. They're not going to worry about your half a leg or whatever's wrong with you, You will do the job and you're good at it, but I wouldn't be getting a reference off them. They're dreadful. Just makes me crazy when I hear that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Really nasty. Wow.
Yeah, been there. All right,
Yes.
Mohammed. My next door neighbour's family moved as it was the last day today for them after 20 years of being here. Their mum passed away at 61 in hospital. They had her cremated and ashes with them. I was wondering if she is still here as an earthbound spirit or has she moved on to the other side?
No, she's gone.
No.
I feel as soon as she died, she took off because she was sick of being sick in a sick body. I feel she was sick for a very long time. So I feel that definitely, I feel there was, I feel a male in spirit came and got her. Could have been a father or grandfather or someone. So I feel that as soon as she died, she took off straight away. I don't feel her energy around there at all. I feel like she was actually a good woman, but it was just like she knew she was dying and she just wanted to get out of that horrible body. And most people do.
And she's picked the card Prince for Muhammad. Shine and be free.
Yeah, so you stop worrying about that. Hey, she may have met Prince in the spirit world. You never know. I'm sure he's playing over there. Still, he was such a genius, wasn't he?
Oh, it was amazing.
Amazing.
All right, Sharon Timbos is next. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon. It's lovely to see you. Mwah.
Sharon would love a reading on her health as she's very tired. Her chemo and radiation has knocked her around that time ago. So just tuning into her health.
Look, I feel your health is okay. I just feel that
We're all tired, Sharon.
Yeah, Sharon. I feel you've got a lot of people around you, and I feel that you're actually in. Did she say cancer?
She had chemo, yeah.
Yeah, I feel that you're actually in remission. I just feel your body is. Look, you know what? I feel that the chemo is worse than the disease. I've got to say, I've met so many people that are really suffering. So if I was you, I'd be looking around at spiritual churches where they do healing. I feel a bit of spiritual healing would be really good for you. Have a look up in the area where you live. If there's any spiritualist churches that do healing, that I feel that'd be really good for you. I feel that maybe a woman who you might be seeing that may be helping you. So I'd be getting some spiritual healing, or try some of my meditations on my website to clear your energy. But I feel that it's just that you're very low in your energy, and it's draining. So try some of my exercises on my website and see if you can get some spiritual healing, and try and go into nature. And I know you haven't got the energy, but try and go for a swim and eat healthy food and be mindful of everything around you, because like you've survived. You're a survivor, so you're doing really well. It's just that you're tired because chemo's worse than the disease often.
And Kerry has picked Walt Disney for you. Explore all your possibilities.
That's what it's saying. Look at alternative therapies. And I always say conventional medicine's okay, but excuse me, I always go for alternative therapies in conjunction with conventional. So I'd be looking at the two. I'd be meditating. I'd be fruit juices, that sort of thing. The green juice is good, isn't it?
Green juice for your immune system and overall health is really good.
Yeah,
alkalize your body. Google alkaline foods.
Yes, that's absolutely a must, doing that. So Google alkaline foods, because that's actually the biggest cure for getting rid of any sort of detox in the body, isn't it?
And also Google intermittent fasting. Need to give your digestive system a break and let the body heal.
I sort of have the feeling that you're sort of very sensitive with the foods you're eating too. So that to me is your body indicating to you that you have to be very careful. Very careful. Once you do that, you'll be fine.
Mm.
I feel you've got this is what I'm getting. I feel that you'll be fine. I feel you have a lot of people that will help you with that. But as you said, the alkaline diet I feel is number one for sure.
And fasting.
Yeah, so just Google it and find out what it is, because you actually, it's like you need to detox that chemo out of your body.
Absolutely, and lots of water.
Yes.
Purified water. Okay, Kathy is next. Hello girls, tuning in with a funny question. Recently I keep breaking glasses and spilling drinks, dropping things which is not like me. Is it a family member, and what is the message? And I would love to book a reading with you in the new year.
Look, I feel you've got a lot of decisions that are coming up for you is what I'm getting. You've got lots of changes, lots of decisions, and I feel you're kind of stuck in your mind in a way, like you're not really here. I feel you sort of go off sometimes is what I'm getting. It's about being mindful of what you're doing. I don't pick up any disease or anything like that. I just feel you need to be more grounded, more mindful.
Grounded.
And I feel if you got into yoga, would be really good for you, or to stretch the body and sort of to look after yourself, because I feel that you've got a lot of stuff going on in your head. You're going over it. There's a lot of fear in you, in your mind. I feel you're going over and over and stuff all the time. You've got lots of changes, and I feel next year is going to be when you make the decision, next year is going to be a lot better year for you. So it's not a spirit. I feel it's kind of just you. It's got nothing to do with spirits. It's just your mental state at the moment, because of you're just feeling very ungrounded. Also, be getting a check with a medical doctor as well to find out, because they do blood tests these days. And I was telling my doctor the other day, because I found out I was anemic. I didn't even know, because I'm not a big meat eater. And he said, no, you're not anemic anymore. But with these blood tests, they keep us alive till we're well in our 90s these days, because they just give you the pills for what you need, don't they?
Yeah, I picked up with Kathy that you're not grounded. It's so many people aren't.
No.
And it's easy.
She's got lots of things going on in her head.
That's
decisions.
Right. And it's so easy to get spaced out and ungrounded, especially in the modern world we live in with technology.
I just feel she's got lots of
phones.
very emotional at the moment, lots of decisions and that sort of thing. So try some of the meditations on my website, as I said, and just give yourself a break and be very mindful and conscious of just slowing it down, because you're sort of like this. That's what's going on. It's not spirits at all. You need to slow right down, and also concentrate. If you drive, concentrate on your driving.
Freddie Mercury is the spirit card that Kerry has picked for you. You're a legend.
You are, and you've got this. It's nothing. What's the word? It's nothing negative around you. I just feel it's you. I just feel your brain's sort of a bit full on.
Yeah. Maybe wear some grounding crystals as well.
Just bring it down. Be mindful.
Okay. Morgana Moravec is next. Beautiful Morgana.
Hey, Morgana.
Hello ladies, I was wondering, will work improve, as my work friend and I have been put under a lot of pressure and we feel victimized.
Yeah, I feel it's like some sort of bullshit's going on there, I've got to say. It's like and I feel you may have some new bosses or something, so it kind of reminds me of the Titanic in a way, like the boat's sinking. There's really poor morale. I don't know whether the company's had a reshuffle or a new company's joined. I feel there's going to be a lot of cost cutting there is what I'm getting. And it's all about money. It's all about money, them making money. Not you making money, them making money. So I feel that you may be doing the job of like 3 people. So I'd be looking around, girls. I don't think I'd stay there, because they're awful. They're just after money. Also, Morgana, I feel there could be a new opportunity for another work for you next year, because I feel you're the sort of person, you don't take any crap. No way you're going to put up with that. And I feel you know what I'm saying. I just feel there's been some sort of reshuffle. I can't see it getting any better, because I feel they're trying to make these cost cuts. I'm hearing cost cuts, them wanting to make more money, and the morale's really low. So yeah, I'd be going to see, what do they call those people?
HR?
No.
A recruiter.
A recruiter. I'd be going to see a recruiter, or just see what's out there, because all the writing's on the wall. If they're going to start to, doing the job of 2 or 3 people, and they're nasty and they've cut you, oh no, they can get lost. I've walked out on jobs and I've got a job the next day. So I always call the shots with all the work I've done. If I don't like to work there, I just see you later. I go and start again.
And Joan Rivers is your card. Laughter is the best medicine.
I don't think it's going to change. I've got to say about Joan, you know, she was in a man's world and she had to fight tooth and nail to get to be one of the biggest comedians in the world before she died, because she was in the boys club. So, you know, nothing stopped her. She just went out there. Every time she got knocked to the ground, she'd get up again and she'd go out, and that's why she was so bloody funny. She was incredible. Like, nothing could stop her. You know, they say, oh, you stupid old Jew, you know, what are you doing, blah, blah, blah. But she said, "Don't- you know, I'm a fighter. You can call me any name you want. I'm still going to get you." And that's what I loved about her. She was outrageous. Outrageous.
Yeah, she was hilarious.
Really
wasn't she?
admired her. We just
Oh, okay. So, next question is for Kylie Veray. Kylie's asking whether a selenite light, does it clear negative energy? You know how we're talking about the Himalayan salt lamps? You know,
not
the
really, no.
light selenite lights
Yeah.
that they have instead of them. Do they clear the negative
Not
energy?
really, no. I'd stick to what you said.
What are those crystals good for?
They're okay. They're to bring in abundance. They're very good for abundance, and they're good for channeling if you're doing meditation. But I wouldn't use them to clear negative energy, not at all, no. I'd be using the, as I said, fresh air, the spray, the frankincense. Well, what were some of the points? The stick you were talking about?
Palo Santo
Yes.
oil.
Not a crystal's not going to. When people say, "Oh yes, all you do is use the crystal," I just think, "Oh look, I've been around this industry for so long. This is just rubbish." It's just, you know, some of these people that try and sell you stuff. I can hear them talking to people in the shop and go, "No, oh, wow, really? You got to get them to pay $400 for that crystal. It's going to get rid of the shit in their unit." Oh, it just does my head in. It's a sales pitch. Simple things.
Okay, so
Gum leaves if you can't afford anything.
Toots Thorpe has got a question now. Will my eldest granddaughter find a lovely boyfriend? She's just split with the one after 3 years.
Look, I'm hearing time out, Kimmy, time out. She needs a break. She doesn't want to get back in another relationship. Thank you very much, Toots. Don't interfere. She needs to find herself, because she's been in not a good relationship. She needs to have fun, to go out, meet a lot of people. Not meet someone straight away. Get a dog. Get a companion soul or something. Don't rush out and get another boyfriend. Give yourself a break. If it was me, I'd be sort of dating lots of people. I'd be looking for one. Not at all. I'd have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Go out with them all. Have some fun. Go out with girlfriends. Have a good time. She's young. She has to explore. She's just come out of a toxic relationship. So no. Time out to get out there, have some fun, to laugh and have mates, and do some travel, or, you know, do something good, something positive for yourself. The last thing you want to do is jump in another relationship with another control freak or a person telling you what to do. You've got to have fun, but you don't want to just jump in another relationship. You know, you're not an old married person, are you? You know, sometimes it takes a while to find the right person too, because often when we come out of one relationship, well, sometimes we jump into a relationship where we've got the twin. You know, the twin.
That's
like,
right.
oh my God, I've just gone
Same
from
way.
one bad peak to the biggest peak.
That's right.
Yeah, so no. Time out.
And Kerry has picked Kobe Bryant. Share your knowledge.
Yeah, get out there and have some fun and do some sport and do some travel and find yourself, girl, is what I get.
Okay, we've got the next question for Anna Melissa. Hello, Anna. Good evening, ladies. I'm feeling a bit flat at the moment. Is there any
Join the
planets?
club, it's
Yeah,
Christmas.
We all are. I feel terrible. And I shouldn't be. Okay, tune into Anna and the flatness. And
Look, I just feel you've got I think you've got a few people in your life. I don't know if one could be a male, so who's sort of really irritating you at the moment. And it's exhausting. And for me, you're a person that you sit and you analyse. You're very good people. You can read people really well, but I feel you're kind of like a bit, what's going on in your life at the moment, it's a bit sort of confrontational. There's people around you. You think, oh my, I feel like going round and round in circles. It's like Groundhog Day is what I'm getting for you. So I feel you need to take a break. I feel you need to step out of the drama that's around you, try new things, maybe do a bit of travel, meditate, go for walks, catch up with friends, and that's why you're feeling flat. I just feel your energy's low because everything around you is so exhausting. And maybe just do a total feng shui your house, get rid of all your clutter to begin with. Throw it all. That's what I always do when I'm feeling down. I'll think, what the hell's going on with me? First of all, I might just go here and I'm going, right, I'm going to go in, I'm going to get rid of all those clothes there, or fix up my papers on my desk that are a nightmare. And then you kind of feel like you feel good about yourself, like I've made an accomplishment. What do you do when you're feeling down besides exercise?
I
Which is obvious.
rest. I rest. I tune in. I go into the feeling and where it's coming
Acknowledge,
from.
yeah.
I tune into the feelings and I go into the layers and I go into my inner child. It's a bit deep and it took a long time to connect to the inner child work, but sometimes I might need nurturing. So I'll nurture myself, or I'll tell my partner, say, hey, I need cuddles and I need you to look after me, and I assert my needs, but also or just talking to a good friend, sharing how you feel. You know, you don't really need a therapist if you've got a good friend. Just talking and venting can make you feel better. But I try and tune into what I'm needing. Do I need rest? Do I need love? Do I need to forgive a situation or myself? Do I need to process some feelings? Do I need to honor that, you know, I'm feeling really sad after a thing that happened, and just feel the sadness and let it pass, because when we block our emotions and we don't feel them, they can take total control over us. So it's really important to feel the feels, not let them consume you for too long.
I also feel there's a female in spirit around you, a mother figure. She's coming in and she's just saying that you're too hard on yourself and you need to think about you. She comes in with a lot of love. Could be your grandmother. She knew you when you were little. When you were little, she's talking about how clever you are, and sometimes you feel isolated. You feel very isolated, is what she's saying. So I don't know. Maybe writing would be good for you, or to have a journal, is what she's saying. And she sends love. This woman loves flowers, and she's got a big bunch of flowers. She wants to give them to you. This beautiful spirit woman here, and I feel she used to like to spend time cooking in the kitchen. She could have been a baker, or I pick her up as a grandmother baker, and she may have come from overseas or had overseas influence, is what I'm getting. And she used to like to bake and to make things that made her feel good whenever she was feeling down. Also, she was very handy. She's showing me her hands. I feel she was very handy with her hands too, and she's around you too, and she's saying that she sends her love to you. And this lady loved music, and music's very good for the soul too, is what she's saying. And Merry Christmas to you, is what she's saying. She sends her love.
Doris Day. Animals are a man's best friend, so maybe you need a companion. Maybe you need a
Just
pet.
a bit of love, you know. You're sort of wanting a bit of love.
And if you can't get it from a pet or another person, you've got to give it to yourself. So what do you love? And nurture yourself and love yourself.
I mean, it's only temporary though, is what I'm getting. But it's just that, you know, you're sort of thinking about a lot of things and people that, you know, that have passed on the other side, is what I'm getting.
Yeah, and it's a very intense time with this full moon coming.
Because they're feeling what you're feeling on the other side too, I have to say. Yeah.
Okay, and we need to pick a card for her as well.
Did we pick a card?
No. Oh no, yes we did. Doris Day.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, Claudio Palacios. Hi ladies, I'm feeling so many readings are relevant to my life at the moment, and that's often the case, isn't it?
Synchronicity. It sounds like you're starting to open up your own higher self, and you're becoming quite spiritual in your own way. It sounds like your vibration's lifting, you're open to this, so it's great.
So Claudia wants to know whether you've got any messages for her son or daughter, for her children. She's just asked messages for my son and daughter. Can you tune into them?
Look, I feel that your son and daughter are pretty happy. I feel that you have a very strong influence on them, and I feel when you're happy, they're happy. I always say that to all the mothers. And the message is there's a lot of love. I get a male in the spirit around you guys, a family member, a male spirit, like a father person spirit. He's coming in, he's sending his love, and he's very pleased with their progression here on earth, very pleased with their progression and where they're going. And I feel one of them may have been having a few problems, but things are starting to move ahead. So I'm getting thumbs up. It'll be a better year next year, is what I'm getting.
And Kerry has picked Martin Luther King Jr. for you. Stand tall. All right, the last question we've got tonight is for Joanne Collins. Joanne is wondering if her husband is around in the spirit world.
Okay, I feel that there was someone around you. I feel they could have had cancer. I'm getting someone with cancer on the other side, because I feel quite nauseated. Sorry. They're very sick anyway, is what they're saying. And I've got this person with cancer, a male coming through. I don't know if it's him because I'm just hearing this person's pushing in, and this person really cared about you very much. And I feel that it's been a bit of a while since your partner's passed, is what I'm getting, and I'm being told that you're doing quite well for someone that's lost your soulmate. You're actually doing really, really well. And I'm being told also you've been dreaming about him for a while too. And it's like sometimes you get messages, but I feel it's all coming to an end, all that. You were dreaming about him for a while, he said. And I feel he's been sending you little signs too, I have to say, because often they do, because you and him had a very strong relationship. But I feel there could be some sort of changes where you live coming up for you in the next couple of years. Within the next couple of years, there's some changes coming up from where you live. And it's something that you've been thinking about for a while. I don't know if you're going to stay where you are, and it's going to be really good. And also I'm seeing, I don't know whether you like go the coast. I don't know if you live on the coast, but they're talking about a coastal trip coming up. It could be a family trip where you'll be doing like a coastal trip, a road trip is what I'm getting, which will be really good too. So lots of things to do. And yeah, so it's all happening around you, and you kind of know when your loved ones are around you because you can feel it. And I'm hearing that you still wear the ring. I'm hearing that you still wear the ring, which was very special for you, is what I'm getting. So yeah, lots of love from the spirit world. Also, I feel there's an older lady here in spirit too. She's telling me she had a heart problem. She was quite breathless towards the end of her life. It was heart, definitely heart, but when she died it was quite fast is what she's saying, the heart. So there's a few people there. Also, I do feel that you've got an animal in spirit. I feel a dog's coming through. I don't know whether you had it when you were little, but I feel that this importance of a dog, quite a small dog, not a big dog like an Alsatian. This is like a small dog around you. And I'm being told that you're quite you're quite artistic in the home, like you're good at arranging things with colours and that sort of thing, and you're quite clever, you're quite artistic, and so maybe that's something you should be looking at for a hobby, to do something artistic too. I feel colours are very important for you, colours. So I feel you're sort of coming out of this heavy stage into a new phase, and definitely travel and eventually a move and lots of things going on. So a lot more stability around you, I have to say. So it's been a big time. It's been a really big time. It's sort of been life-changing for you. But you know, you were able to pick up the pieces and, you know, move on and just really sort of make the most of your life. And everyone's very proud of you on the other side, how well you've done. How well you've done. Really well, really well. And friends are important for you too. And I do feel there will be another partner or another marriage for you down the road, even though you can't think of that. I see a companion coming in, not a pet. It's like another man coming into your life later on. I feel you're going to meet.
And Kerry's picked George Michael for you. Play, dance, and sing.
I feel when he died, my eyes are starting to close. I feel you're quite blinded by the whole situation. It was quite sort of, you were blinded, like, oh my God, like, what do I do? You know, like, how do I do it? And is this the way? But I've been told you did really well, because my eyes are sort of like, it's kind of hard to see. So I think that you were quite blinded for a while and sort of finding your way on how you're going to cope with this sort of terrible experience. I mean, you know, it's hard when you meet someone that you really loved and you're very close to. You know, I've never lost any children, but you know, old parents for that matter. But I know everybody else around me has, and you know, it's a big thing. You know, when you lose a husband, especially a husband or a wife. My God, you know, it's life-changing. And it's surprising how well you can do, and it's surprising how spirit sets it up that they sort of bring new people into your life too, and you know, your life expands, and wow, it's just another adventure, and it's not that bad, and you know, it's sort of eventually the sadness does go, you know, it does go, so that's a good thing.
Okay, so, and a card. Harry Houdini, always trust your gut.
See, that's quite interesting, because Harry's a bit like you. He could get out of chains. Like, you've managed to break out of those chains and sort of to find a life for yourself, which is fascinating, because I feel a lot of people are looking at you and thinking, well, you've actually done really well for what you've been through. And like Harry, you know, you're like a magician. You've really sort of moved ahead big time, hasn't you? So blessings to you, and have a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, and we've finished for this evening.
Yes.
So you've got a show before Christmas? How
No,
many
no,
shows do you
no.
have?
Oh no, with this. I
With
think we've
this.
got one more, haven't we?
We've got one more for Christmas.
Yes, we've got a Christmas show. We'll have a Christmas show in 2 weeks.
Yeah, in a
I
fortnight.
can't think of what that date is.
Let's have a look. So I
Yes,
think
so we've got a
it's-
Christmas show. So if you've got anything you want us to
Mid-December.
talk about, please send us some questions about what you'd like, what topics you'd like to talk about, because we'd like to touch on lots of things, you know, something that we haven't touched on, and we'll try and do as many readings as we can. We may go a little bit longer in the Christmas one, so tell all your friends, please join us, and it'll be the last show of the year. And yeah, so we'll see. I might bring in my predictions for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And please get your questions ready and submit them in the chat box, and we'll answer as many as we can.
Great, and have a beautiful night. And thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah, and full moon blessings for Friday. Get your crystals out and burn any names.
And also I'm on 2SM guys on a Friday night at 10:30 if you want to tune in, or just all the information's on Facebook, so if you want to tune into that, I talk about all these different things. It's been quite interesting.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yes, it's fun.
Yeah. All right, good night. Thank you.
Good night everyone. Thank you. Bye.